Os. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. Alright, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, alright. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded. Here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up, across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Free. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。すばらしい。Ready? よい。Okay, so today's class is an intermediate class. This is an intermediate number 4, so class number 4. So by this time, you're well aware of your first kata. You know Heian Shodan, and you know Taikyoku Shodan. So that's your first kata and your first kihon kata. So now we're moving into the more advanced, or I'll call it more intermediate level belts. So you're looking at around orange and green belt learning level at this point, so for these classes. So again, hopefully you've gone back and you've gone through all the beginner classes. You've gone through those several times. Now you're looking in the intermediate classes. You've gone through class 1, 2, and 3 several times. You know, I would say at least twice with each video before you move on to the next video, so that you really are getting the techniques down before you just jump into the very next one. So again, this is intermediate class number 4. So what we're going to learn today are 2 kata. All right, I know you think that sounds like a lot. You're like, oh my gosh, we're going to do 2 kata in less than an hour, right? That doesn't sound like you're able to get through that. But these are going to be 2 kihon kata. You know Heian Shodan, and you know the kihon kata Taikyoku Shodan. So Taikyoku Shodan is a kihon kata, and we're well aware of how to do that kata. So let's start off with Heian Shodan, all right? So that's a little bit more complex, but then we're going to regress back into Taikyoku Shodan so that we can just get into the mindset of doing these kihon kata. Okay, so let's do Heian Shodan. I'm just going to do this one. We'll do it by the numbers, so you'll hear me count through this one. I'm not going to announce each technique, but I'll count for us all, and then we'll do it on our own, at our own speed and pace. And then we're going to get into Taikyoku Shodan, and then we're going to learn Taikyoku Nidan and Taikyoku Sandan. Okay, so let's begin back here. Go ahead and get ready. We're going to go through Heian Shodan. So let's go through protocol together. Sudachi, right? Yoi. Heian Shodan. And Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, やめ。Os. All right, so hopefully, again, as I stated with all kata, you should be beginning and ending in approximately 2 feet of where you started and ended. So that's Heian Shodan, right? We're very familiar with Heian Shodan as you've gone through the beginner classes. Let's go through it again at your own speed and pace. Get my, all right. So again, your own speed and pace. So we'll go through the protocol together. Sudachi, ready. Yui. Your own speed and pace. And hajime. Give you a few seconds. And yame, os. All right, very good. Okay, so now we know that kata. That's a more complex kata as opposed to doing the kihon katas like Taikyoku, Shotokan. So let's go through Taikyoku, Shotokan. What are the differences here? So the big difference is no ageuke, right? So that's pretty much the main difference, right? And no tetsuyuchi. So everything is just simply going through the kata with no ageuke. It's all punches, right? So it's all punches and negate them right down block. Very simple. Let's go through it together. Again, I'm going to count for this one. Then we'll go through it at our own speed and pace. And then we're going to get into Taikyoku, Nidan, and Sandan. Okay? So let's go here. Let's go through the protocol together. Taikyoku Shodan. And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Os. All right, so again, even though, I'm going to stay where I am, even though there was no hammer fist here, no tetsuyuchi, we still started and ended in approximately the same space. So I started literally with both feet on this square, I ended with one foot here, and the other foot on this square. So again, you should be starting and ending with within 1 to 2 feet, at the same point, okay? All right, so let's go through that kata again. This time you're gonna go through it at your own speed and pace. Remember, the only thing different, no tetsuyuchi and no ageukes. These are all chudan level oizuki punches. Easy to remember. Everything is a down block for your turn, and then everything is a oizuki chudan level punch for all of your strikes. Let's go through it again. At your own speed and pace, we'll go through the protocol together. Suburachi, right. Yui. Taikyoku Shodan. Hajime. Give you a few seconds to finish. And yame, os. Okay, so the other thing, obviously, that we're not doing with Taikyoku Shodan that we do with Heian Shodan are the 4 Shutokans at the end. So that's a big difference, I think. So again, you have to remember that from this punch, instead of doing Shutoke, you're doing gedan barai down block. Okay, so again, one of the bigger differences there, and I apologize for not kind of mentioning that before. So, what does Heian Nidan look like? Well, Heian Nidan is fairly simple. It is Heian Nidan. What does Taikyoku Nidan look like? It's very simple because Taikyoku Nidan is Taikyoku Shodan, but with higher punches. Okay, so instead of doing Chudan level punch, we're doing Jodan level punch. Okay, Jodan is face level. So for all of this, instead of attacking center, right? So this is what we're doing for all of our punches here is center. So again, imagining your opponent is your same height. You're punching to the chest. So always imagine your opponent being your exact same height whenever you do kata, so that everything comes center. Center. The difference now is Jodan level. So now, again, someone that is your same height, you're punching it to the face. So here. So you should just be barely looking over from your nose. You should be barely looking over that second knuckle on your fist. Okay? Seiken. Again, we're punching with these two knuckles. Alright? So everything, the punch is dead center right there. I'm barely looking over my second knuckle right here. Right? I'm looking straight across this knuckle. Jodan level. Chudan level, I'm here. I'm kind of looking down to see that knuckle. Okay? Here, I'm looking straight across the top of it. Alright? So that's the difference in height. Okay? So Chudan versus Jodan. Alright? So, to warm up, let's do Chudan level punches and then Jodan level punches. Alright, so we're going to start here in Shizentai. And let's do Chudan level punches. We're going to do 10. I'll count them out. Let's mark your target. Chudan level. Ready? Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yame. Jodan level. Exact same thing. Jodan level punch. Mark your target. Ready? Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yame. Alright, this time I'm going to turn to the side. I want you to see the height level difference. It's not huge. Alright, again from the side, Chudan level. Ready? And Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yame. Alright, same thing. Jodan level. Jodan level. Ready? Mark your target. And Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 6, 7, 8, 9. Os. Yame. Os. Again. Jodan level is face level for all of these punches. So, you know Taikyoku Shodan. Exact same pattern. Nothing changes there. Alright? You're still doing the gedan for your block. So every turn is gedan block. Okay? Again, when you're here, the turn, gedan block. When you're here, the turn, gedan block. Alright? Once you get to here, and you punch that last jodan, your turn, gedan block. Alright? So nothing changes there. Every turn is a gedan level block. Okay? Gedan barai, gedan level block. Every punch is jodan level, so face level, right? That's the only difference between these two kata, Taikyoku Shodan and Taikyoku Nidan. The only difference is Chudan level versus Jodan level. So let's go through this kata together. I'll count it. We'll go slightly slow. I'm not going to go super slow because you know this. You know the pattern. You know Taikyoku Shodan. We just did it. The only difference here is going Jodan for our punches. Okay? Ready? Protocol? Taikyoku Nidan. And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, はい1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい1、2、3、4、はいいやね。Now out. Pulse. Okay, so hopefully you can see the difference there. Again, all of your punches are Shotokan level. Still remembering the hip twist. There's no difference in what your body is doing for these two punches, whether it's Shotokan level or Shotokan level. There's no difference. There's still that little bit of hip vibration, right? Still that little twist to throw the punch. Throw the punch with the hips, and then return to center and relax. Remember, when making your fist and actually making contact, you're squeezing that ketchup packet, squirting it on the wall. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze it out, squeeze and release. Okay, same thing here. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. All of your punches are center line. Okay, everything comes from center. Wherever your OB, your belt is, okay, wherever that knot is, that's your center line, okay? Center line for punch, regardless of height, okay? Everything is coming here. So you're not punching out here and out here, you're punching here and here. Center line. And you're punching with your seiken, right, the seiken. So these two knuckles are the main point of impact. I've explained this before in beginner level classes, but those bones just go straight back in your arm, right? It's just easier for those to have more impact, more power, because they're backed up by your entire arm as they move forward. Okay? More power there, more force with your punch, just makes sense, right? This can occur very easily, what they call a boxer's break, where you're punching and this little finger catches what you're punching instead of these two fingers. These two catch it, you can easily break this. I've actually had my daughter break this doing exactly the same thing. It's called a boxer's break. Punch, the punch came wild. This finger ends up looking like that with that break because it's so wide and off to the side. But it's just a small fracture that tends to happen because these are smaller, weaker bones on these two fingers as opposed to these two fingers. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That punch should always be here, the seiken, all right? All right, so that's that's Taikyoku Nidan. Let's go through it 2 more times. I know you know this. It's fairly simple. The only difference is the punch height. So let's go through it 2 more times before we move on to Taikyoku Sandan. Ready? 2 more times. Both of these times I want you to go at your own speed and pace, but the first time we do it, I want you to do it and concentrate on height of the punch. Focus on that, all right? I don't want you to focus on speed and power. I want you to focus on the height of your punches, okay? Ready? And Sugurachi, right? Yoi. Taikyoku Nidan. At your own pace. Ready? Hajime. Couple more seconds for you. And yame, os. All right, so again, focusing on the punch, where it's landing, what level it's landing at. Sometimes I tend to throw an extra ki point at the end. That's not, I don't want to say it's not proper. I tend to do it just because I'm really into the kata itself. But there's only 2 ki points in all of these kata, and they're at the exact same spot for each one. Taikyoku, Shodan, Nidan, and Sandan, all of them are here before the turn, and on the way back, here before the turn. Those are the only 2 ki points in any of these kata. Okay, so make sure you're hitting those ki points and enunciating some sort of ki. Again, you don't have to yell ki, because that's yelling the word yell in Japanese. So that just looks a little funny to me if you were to say yell, right? And then do everything. So it's something that comes to mind. It's something guttural. It's something that just comes from your inner soul, your inner strength. You know, as you punch and you're releasing energy. So whatever you want to say is what you're going to say. Something should just come to your mind. It shouldn't be something that you say every time. I know that I make different sounds during different kata, depending on what's happening. And it'll come to you as well. You'll start to notice yourself that you don't always enunciate the same ki for every kata. But for the same kata, you'll enunciate the same things. So it's funny, but you'll notice that on your own. All right, so we're going to do Taikyoku Nidan again. This time I want you to concentrate on speed and power. I don't want you to run through the kata. That's not what I mean by speed. Speed means throwing the punch quickly, okay, relaxing, then moving to the next, like the block, for instance. Relax, punch, relax, block, relax, punch, relax, but the punch is coming fast, okay? So speed, power. That's what I mean by speed and power. First, we're just concentrating on height, right? So you're in my Jodan level, okay, my Jodan level. Now I want you to concentrate on bringing that punch up quickly. There. Those are the things I want you to think about this time. So again, speed and power, not necessarily as quickly moving through the kata, it's speed and power with your strikes, okay? All right, so let's think about that on this run. Ready? And Sudachi, ready? Yoi. Taikyoku Nidan. And Hajime. Give me a few seconds to finish your kata. And yame, os. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the fact that you know Heian Shodan, you know Taikyoku Shodan, you know those from the beginner level classes. Taikyoku Nidan. Hopefully at this point you feel confident and comfortable with Taikyoku Nidan, because it is essentially Taikyoku Shodan with Jodan level punches. Okay, so if you were to think about it this way, Taikyoku Shodan, first level punch, Shodan, first level, Nidan, second level punch. So Taikyoku Shodan, all of your punches are here. Taikyoku Nidan, all of your punches are here. Fairly simple, hopefully an easy kind of way to remember the kata. All right, so now let's get into Taikyoku Sandan. All right, Taikyoku Sandan is different. It's different in a couple of different ways. Number one, all of your blocks are going to be uchi-uke blocks. All right, so no more gedan ride down block. Uchi-uke is going to be your block. And your stances are going to change. So instead of doing zen kutsurachi or front stance for everything, right, we walk through everything in that same stance, you're going to be in back stances every time you throw that uchi-uke. I know that sounds complex or complicated, but it's not. All right, now let's talk about the punches that will come. Punches will all be chewed on level on this line and that line. Okay, we're following the exact same pattern. That's a plus, right? Exact same pattern as Taikyoku, Shotokan, and Nidan. Same pattern, right? We start here, we move that direction, come straight down the middle, that direction, straight back down the middle, that direction, end there, come back to here. Exact same pattern, right? The only difference with your chewed on punches along the sides here, Jodan in the middle. Okay, so Taikyoku Nidan does throw a couple of new things at you that really shake it up from Taikyoku, Shodan, and Nidan. So I'm going to show you this kata first, just so you can see what it looks like. I'm not going to count it, I'm not going to speak it. I'm just going to go through the kata just so you can see what it looks like. Then we'll break it down section by section. All right, so here. Taikyoku Sandan. Alright, so that is Taikyoku Sandan. Alright, so I know I said that there's no gate-on blocks. There are two, and they are when you're turning 90 degrees. So after you do this chewed on level punch, gate-on, okay? From here, you've already gone this direction. You've done the same punch, gate-on. Okay? Those are the only two places you're doing the gate-on block, is after this punch, after that punch. It's only when you're doing your 90-degree turns to the left that you're doing that gate-on right down block. All right, so now let's talk about the opening move. The opening position for this is uchi-uke and kakutsudachi. Kakutsudachi is back stance. So I'll start here. You're here, this foot doesn't move. All right, your right foot doesn't move. Instead, you're dropping your weight. Again, everything comes from center. So all you're doing is dropping your weight. Drop. Okay, drop your weight and get into that back stance. Drop. My weight is still here, right? I can lift this leg, right? Okay, so my weight is still here on this back leg, and I'm blocking uchi-uke. All right, so let's look at that again. Drop your weight and grab your screwdriver, stab it into the wall. Here, drop your weight, grab your screwdriver, stab it into the wall. Synchronicity will come. Right now, I just want you to understand the kata itself. So again, you're here, we've gone through protocol, we've announced kata, Taikyoku, Sandan, and hajime, grab your screwdriver, stab it into the wall. Then, chewed on level, oizuki punch. So transitioning from this back stance to front stance is fairly simple because we're actually taking a step. So your block, your punch. Now you're transitioning and making this turn back into kakutsudachi because you're doing another back stance. So you're here, grabbing your screwdriver, stabbing it into the wall. You're in back stance. You see the difference here in how my feet transitioned? Okay, so from this, my back foot has to turn facing directly this way. Okay, I'm grabbing my screwdriver, stabbing it into the wall. At the same time, all that turn, so it's like this turn is connected to your foot. Okay, here, here, here. Okay, stab that screwdriver into the wall. Again, this block should be just lower than shoulder height, not all the way up here. It should be just lower than your shoulder. So Let's look at that again from about here. So here's your Oizuki Chudan level punch. Grabbing your screwdriver, turning. Kakutadachi, back stance, right? We're familiar with this stance. Uchi-uke. And then your punch. Okay? Again, back stance. Here, weight is on this leg, right? We can lift up this leg. Okay? Weight is on our back leg. Kakutadachi is a back stance. This is your block. Now transition your weight forward and step and punch. Chudan level. Alright? The next thing you are fully aware of, you know, is the turn left, get them right down block. 3 Jodan level punches, right? Down through the middle is Jodan. Okay, so we punched here, get them right down block. 3 Jodan level Oizuki punches. 1, 2, 3. We're familiar with this from from Taikyoku Nidan. Here, 3 Jodan level punches. Now you're turning. All right, so let me get this. Now you're still doing that 270-degree turn. We're going to be facing to the 3 o'clock position now. Grab your screwdriver. Stab it into the wall. Okay, how does that look like again? This is your Jodan level punch, your last one, your ki point. Okay, we've yelled our ki. Now we're going to come up with the back foot, stepping out, stabbing that screwdriver into the wall in a back stance. Okay, weight is on our back leg. Then you're repeating this front line again. So you're here, this is your uchi-uke, stepping forward, Chudan level, Oizuki punch, grab your screwdriver, turn, stab it into the wall. Chudan level, Oizuki punch. And now looking left, get them right down block. As you come back down the center. We're well aware at this point. Back down the center is Jodan level Oizuki punches. 1, 2, 3. 270-degree turn. Going that way. Grab your screwdriver. Turn. Execute the block. And back stance. Okay. Oizuki punch. Chudan level. Turning. Grabbing your screwdriver. Stabbing into the wall. Chudan level, Oizuki punch. Kime, relax, and back to center. Alright, so that is Taikyoku Sandan. Alright, and the only way that I can really explain how to remember which one this is we haven't learned hand Sandan yet. That'll be coming. But hand Sandan and Taikyoku Sandan, you start the kata the same way. You're here, this is the first move. And hand Sandan and in Taikyoku Sandan, they both start with the exact same technique. You're stepping left into Kakutadachi back stance as you execute an uchi-uke inside to outside block. Right? Easy to remember it that way, in my opinion. So let's go through that kata again. All right, I'm going to slowly walk through it. I'm going to announce each kihon technique. So follow along with me on this one. Ready? Let's go through protocol. Taikyoku Sandan. And Hajime. Each. Back stance, Kakutadachi, Uchi-uke punch, or block. Ready? Chudan level, Oizuki punch. Grab your screwdriver, turn, Uchi-uke, back stance. Chudan level, Oizuki punch. Looking left, get them right down block. 3 Jodan, Oizuki punches. Ready? Each, knee, son. Grab your screwdriver. Bring your foot up at the same time. Here, turn, stab it into the wall. Okay, uchi-uke, back stance. Chudan level oizuki punch. Grab your screwdriver, turn, Chudan, or I'm sorry, same thing. Uchi-uke in a back stance. Chudan level oizuki punch. Looking left, get him right down block. 3 Jodan level oizuki punches. Each knee, some. Grab your screwdriver, 270-degree turn, uchi-uke in back stance. Oizuki, Chudan level. Grab your screwdriver, 180-degree turn, stab it into the wall. Chudan level oizuki punch. Kime, relax. Back to center. Bow out. Os. All right, so hopefully you got that. Hopefully that's easy to understand. You've carried that pretty easily through, okay? Not too much of a difference because we're still doing that same pattern, right? So you don't have to remember a new pattern. We're still doing the same thing down the middle as that we did in Taikyoku Nidan. Don't need to remember that, right? We've already got that in our brain. 3 Jodan level oizuki punches. The biggest thing that we have to concentrate on are the uchi-uke blocks and back stance. So let's walk through uchi-uke and back stance, all right? So from here, we're gonna step out into uchi-uke and kakutsudachi. So we're gonna step out just like this. All right, I'll show you from the side. So step out forward here. Okay? We're going to do that and continue that walk. Okay, so we're going to start here, walk it out, here, here. Okay, that's what we're going to do. When we get to the end, which will probably be about here. Mawate. So I want you to come up, grab your screwdriver, stab it into the wall, going the other direction, but again, we're in a back stance. And continue to walk until we get to the end. All right, so we're going to do this twice. We're going to go this direction, and then we're going to walk it that direction and back. Okay, ready? Stepping out into kakutsudachi, uchi-uke. Ready? Hajime. All right, that's 1. That's each. Ready? Walk forward. Knee. Some. Shi. Go. Wate. Each. Knee. Some. Yon. Yin yame. Os. All right. That's kakutsudachi. That's walking in back stance with uchi-uke. All right. So this is kind of a defensive thing, so you're keeping your distance from your opponent at the same time you're blocking. So you're not stepping into, right? You're not moving towards your opponent to block. Instead, you are keeping your distance. You're not necessarily stepping away, but you're not stepping towards them. So instead of going here, you're going here. So I haven't really moved my body, my frame, right? There's a difference in going here versus here. All right, so again, our body stays where it is, but the block is still out in front. All right, my weight is still back here with my body. Just like your weight is when you shift forward. My weight is forward, my block is forward. Okay, here, my weight is back, but my block is still out. My weight is here, my body is here. All right, so that's kakutsudachi with that uchi-uke inside the outside block. Let's do it from the side. Ready? Stepping out of kakutsudachi and uchi-uke block. Ready? Hajime. All right, count it out with me. Do this with me. Ready? That's each. That's 1. Ready? Knee. Some. Shi. Go. Wate. Each. Knee. Some. Shi. That's Moate here. And Yame. Os. All right, so hopefully you understood that. Hopefully you're able to follow along with me in that and got some good practice walking with that in kukutsudachi with that block. All right, that's the whole point of doing that little drill right there, is to really get that down. But what we need to kind of get it down for is a complete turn. So 2 turns, right? So we're going to start here. We're going to step into Gedo Mirai Kumite here. Let's actually step into a right Gedo Mirai Kumite. So let's start here. A right Gedo Mirai Kumite here. We're going to do a Jodan level Oizuki punch here. Is that right? I believe it is. You're here. 1, 2. So we are going to step into regular left Gedo Mirai Kumite. So I'll announce Gedo Mirai Kumite. We're going to step out. Jodan level Oizuki punch. And now we're just going to turn and perform our kukutsudachi and our uchi-uke. So here, here. All right, that's what I want you to do. So again, here, step into Gedo Mirai Kumite, Jodan level Oizuki punch, and then turn and execute that block. All right, so again, notice the height of the block and notice that you are in a back stance. So that's what I really want you to work on for this particular section, because that's really the gist of this entire kata. Are those particular blocks and turning and executing that block. All right, so let's start here. Step out into Gedo Mirai Kumite. Jodan level. So we're going to do this. I'm going to count each one. Each is your punch. Knee, bring your foot up. Execute the block. That's knee. So this is a 2-count drill, a 2-count exercise. We're here. Gedo Mirai Kumite. Each. Knee. Yame. All right, so remember to maintain balance as much as possible. I need for you to maintain your balance when you do that turn and that block. Okay, it's very important that you're not teetering, that you tend to fall over, that your turn isn't so fast or stops so abruptly that you are still going. All right, ready? Gedo Mirai Kumite. Each. Knee. Os. Again, I'm going to do a little bit different angle for you. Ready? Stepping out and Gedo Mirai Kumite. Each. Knee. Os. Alright, I'm going to step it out again in another direction. I want you to see this from as many angles as you can. Try to watch my feet as much as you can. Rewind the video, pause the video, whatever you need to do to really get down the footwork for this so that you're not teetering, you're not falling over, or so that this doesn't look so clumsy whenever you're making the turn. Alright? Ready? Gedo Mirai Kumite. Each. Knee. Alright, so again, the punch is here, 270-degree turn, the block is there. Your punch is to 12 o'clock, your block is to 3 o'clock. Same thing at both ends, right? So when we're moving to here, that Jodan level punch is at 12 o'clock, block is at 3 o'clock. Same thing here. You're walking down, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. All right? So that's the big one. So practice that a couple times. We're actually going to go through it 3 more times from all 3 angles just so you can see it again. Ready? Here. I'm going to move over to the side a little bit. All right. Gedo Mirai Kumite. Ready? Each. Knee. All right. We're going to start this direction. Ready? Back up. Ready? Gedo Mirai Kumite. Each. Knee. Os. All right, so again, I'm going to start from here, go in this direction and this direction. Ready? Gedo Mirai Kumite. And each. Knee. And Yame. Os. All right, so practice that a few times on your own. Again, rewind if you want to. Rewind that entire section and just do it again. Rewind it and do it again. Okay, so till you really feel comfortable with that Jodan at 12 o'clock, turning and executing that block in back stance at a 3 o'clock position. Now let's work on the 180. Okay, to me, the 180 is easier than the 270, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're here, block, punch. Block is there. So that's all I want to work on for this is we're going to step into a Gegenbara Kumite. Here, I want you to step forward on each. This is your Chudan level punch. Knee, bring your foot back, grab your screwdriver, extend that foot, back stance, stab your screwdriver into the wall. That's it. Okay, fairly simple. 1 is the punch, 2 is the turn and the end of the block. So the turn, uchi-uke, and kokutsudachi back stance. I'm going to execute this. The easiest way for you to see is from the sides, right? So there's no reason for me to go towards you or with my back to you or anything like that. The best way for me to show you this is for me to show you this, okay? So let's start here. Again, stepping out of the Gegenbara Kumite. Chudan level Oizuki punch is 1. The block is 2. Ready? Each. Knee. Okay? Go as slow as you need to here. You don't have to go fast. I'm giving you plenty of time to execute the punch and the block. Alright? Let's go again. Ready? Gegenbara Kumite. Each. Knee. Go as slow or as fast as you feel comfortable. Go slow. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right? When you go slow, it looks very smooth. The smoother it is, the faster it becomes. So, let's go again. Ready? Gegenbara Kumite. Each. Knee. All right, all right, very good. All right, so again, fairly simple there. You're starting here, the block, the punch, the block, the punch. Now, where that differs, and it doesn't really differ, because you're doing the block here, which is how you start, it's the same thing here. The punch, the block. So if you just practice that one thing where you're punching right, in a right front Zenkusudachi, right front stance, right Oizuki punch. Come together with your feet, legs bent. Remember, you're not coming up. I don't want to see bouncing. So I don't want to see up, down. All right? Well, let me show you from here. What I don't want to see is this up, down. It should be linear. Again, remember always having that ceiling over your head. You don't want to bump your head. So you're here, your legs are bent to turn and form that block. Right? We're not bouncing. We're not riding a wave or riding a roller coaster. The punch is here, the block is here. Your head never moves up and down. Okay? Keep those things in mind as you go through that kata. That said, let's go through the kata. Taikyoku, Sandan. Alright, so I'm going to go through it again by the numbers. I'm just going to count this out. I'm not going to explain what each technique is. You should pretty much know this because the center is the same. The sides, the only difference are your blocks. You're still doing an Oizuki punch, regardless of the kata. It's an Oizuki punch. It's Chudan level for Taikyoku, Shodan, and Sandan. So the 1 and 3, Chudan, Chudan. The difference being we're mixing in that Taikyoku Nidan and putting Jodan punches down the middle. Jodan punches down the middle. Chudan punches on the ends. Uchi-uke blocks. Alright, so we're kind of somewhat combining all 3. We're combining 1 and 2 into 3. Because you're still throwing that Gegenbara down block. Alright? You're still throwing Jodan and Chudan level punches. Combination of 1 and 2 equals 3. The only difference is now we're throwing that uchi-uke block. Alright, so again, let's do this together. I'm just going to count this out. We're going to go slow. All right, stick with me. Ready? Sudachi, ready. Yoi. Taikyoku Sandan. Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2、3、4、5、1、2、3、はい、1、2、3、4。Relax. Inhale. Down. Pulse. Alright. That's Taikyoku Sandan. Hopefully, with this video you've picked up, you know Taikyoku Shotokan. You know that. Hopefully with this video you picked up Taikyoku Nidan and Taikyoku Sandan. Two very good kihon katas where you actually are practicing some good technique. You're actually getting in those back stances, you're getting in front stances, you're getting in oizuki punches, you're getting in blocks, down blocks, you're getting in your sandan, your uchi-uke blocks. All right, you're getting in turns and how to turn and how to move in Shotokan karate. These are very good kihon kata. I highly recommend just storing these. These are very good warm-ups and cool-downs for any time you want to practice. I tend to go through Heian Shodan and the 3 Taikyoku katas because again, it's the same pattern, it's a good workout, all right, or a good warm-up, and then you can work out. And then you can even cool down with those kata by going slow. All right, so let's go through Taikyoku Nidan and Sandan, all right, at your own speed and pace, so don't worry about keeping up with me. I want you to go through and think about these kata as you're going through them. We're going to do both Nidan and then Sandan. All right, and then we'll wrap up for the day. Ready? Yoi. Sudachi. Ready. Yoi. At your own speed and pace. Taikyoku Nidan. And Hajime. Give you a few seconds to wrap up your kata. And yame, os. All right, let's get right into Taikyoku Sandan. Ready? Yoi. Sudachi. Ready? Yoi. Taikyoku Sandan. At your own speed and pace. Ready? Hajime. Few seconds for you to finish your kata. And yame, os, os. All right. Thank you for allowing me to kind of teach you those two kata today. And hopefully you picked up on, hopefully you're able to go back through this video at least 2 to 3 times again until you really feel comfortable and that you know how to do these two kata. All right, let's go back into yoi. Subidachi, re. Yoi. Seiza. All right. For today's meditation, I want you to go through those kata. I want you to go through heian, or Taikyoku Nidan, and Taikyoku Sandan. Think about each move. Think about the differences between the two kata. Imagine yourself going through the kata. Not going to have enough time for you to go through both, so probably pick one or the other as we go through this quiet meditation. And Mokso. Mokso yame. Sensei yore. And tate. Yoi. Subidachi, re. Yoi. Pulse. All right, thank you students for joining me for today's intermediate class. I really appreciate you joining me. If you're still interested in looking for and earning your own belt through FSKA, through my own dojo, please put something down in the comment below or send me a message. Visit my website, shotokanuniversityonline.com. Thanks.